Delaware Valley's leading news program.
We begin with a reptile raid in Bucks County. 24 hours ago, more than a dozen snakes were removed from a Falls Township apartment after a police tip. Even more alarming, all but 2 snakes had the ability to kill with just 1 bite. Action News reporter Gray Hall live at Falls Township Police with details. Wow, Gray.
Wow, indeed, Monica, we've all heard about snakes on the plane. This was the case of snakes inside of an apartment. Those snakes have since been removed, and right now police are working to determine if any laws were broken. Yep, that is a rattlesnake, but it's not in a zoo. The Levittown Fairless Hills Rescue Squad captured this video and took pictures of dozens of snakes being removed from an apartment Wednesday afternoon in Falls Township, Bucks County. Mike Staboulis, the battalion chief with that squad, responded to the call.
Yeah, you hold them a little bit further away from yourself than anything else you'd be carrying, I think.
Joe Fortunato, known as Jungle Joe, a retired police officer, is now a zookeeper and wildlife educator. He was one of the first calls when police heard about the snakes.
It was approximately 19 snakes total. We're looking at about 12 cobras, 5 rattlesnakes, 2 different species, and 2 boa constrictors. So all but 2 were considered venomous, deadly venomous.
Falls Township police say they were tipped off about the snakes from another agency. Experts say this was a very risky operation.
I've been doing the animal thing since 1985, and I've been called to a lot of confiscations. This by far was one of the most dangerous situations I've ever walked in.
Residents of the Aspen Falls apartments were not happy to hear about the frightening discovery.
I mean, as a parent, I was angry. We're talking about 23 poisonous rattlesnakes, or any type of snake, any type of animal. I don't think it's fair to our children.
Police believe the owner was planning on selling the snakes and say he did not have a permit to do so. Charges are now pending. Emergency workers say they are thankful no injuries were reported.
It's just like leaving a loaded gun laying around, you know, or even an unloaded gun. How do you treat an unloaded gun? Like a loaded gun. It's dangerous. These animals are dangerous, and if the enclosures they're being kept in aren't secured properly, again, they just push right out of the lids, and now you got a problem.
All right, so back out live, a very dangerous situation indeed. Police also tell us there were kids inside of that apartment with those snakes, including an infant. There is great concern about those children. Also, we can tell you again, the owner is facing some charges. The Bucks County DA reviewing this case, and experts tell us it is not illegal to own venomous snakes here in Pennsylvania. Live in Falls Township, Gray Hall, Channel 6 Action News. Monica?
Thank you, Gray. Now to a reptile raid in Bucks County. A tip led authorities to an apartment with more than a dozen venomous snakes inside. Action News reporter Gray Hall has details of the delicate operation to remove the potentially lethal creatures.
You've heard of snakes on a plane, but this was a case of snakes in an apartment. The Levittown Fairless Hills Rescue Squad responded to the call and took video and pictures of the frightening encounter Wednesday afternoon. Boxes and boxes of venomous snakes were removed from the Aspen Falls apartments in Falls Township, Bucks County.
My partner didn't come in. He was not a fan of snakes at all. He wanted nothing to do with it.
It was a dangerous situation, and police called in experts like Joe Fortunato, also known as Jungle Joe. He's a retired police officer and now a zookeeper and wildlife educator. He says about 20 of the dangerous reptiles were inside the apartment.
We're looking at about 12 cobras, 5 rattlesnakes, 2 different species, and 2 boa constrictors. So all but 2 were considered venomous, deadly venomous.
Responding crews say the snakes were not properly locked in cages and could have easily escaped. They tell Action News this could have turned into a lethal situation. Falls Township police say they were tipped off about the snakes from another agency. Experts say this was a very risky operation. Police believe the owner was planning on selling the snakes and say he did not have a permit to do so. Charges are now pending.
It's something that you have to take very serious. These animals are deadly, and they're much faster than you can ever imagine. They are.
So a very dangerous situation. Police tell us there were kids inside of that apartment with the snakes, including an infant. There's great concern about those children. Again, the owner of these snakes facing charges. The Bucks County DA's office reviewing this case. Experts tell us it is not illegal to own venomous snakes here in Pennsylvania. Reporting in Falls Township, Gray Hall, Channel 6, Action News.